Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the second book in the Folk of the Air trilogy, The Wicked King by Holly Black. Now, since this is the second book in the trilogy, I won't be talking about what this book's about since that would spoil the first book for anyone who hasn't read it yet. So if you're watching this video and you haven't read the first book or this book, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. With that said, here's my review for the second book in the Folk of the Air trilogy, The Wicked King by Holly Black. I never understood how Jude could love Maddox since he killed her parents, but it was admirable of Maddox to take in Jude and Taryn even though they weren't biologically his daughters, and I did like reading about Maddox teaching Jude and Taryn sword fighting in the prologue, but I still don't trust Maddox. I liked seeing what it was like with Cardan as king, but I also couldn't help but think that if everyone knew that Jude was actually in charge and that Cardan was doing everything she said because of their deal, they would be pretty surprised. When Cardan told Jude and the ghost that someone shot him and tried to kill him, I was wondering who it was, so when it was revealed to be Nicasia, I was surprised since she's friends with Cardan. And yes, she didn't mean to shoot Cardan, she was trying to shoot the girl he was with, but that's still horrible. So I thought it was smart of Jude when she told Nicasia that she won't tell anybody that it was her if Nicasia tells her what her mother's planning. But when Nicasia told Jude that someone Jude trusted betrayed her, I was more interested in finding out who that was. After what Taryn did to Jude in the first book, it was surprising when she asked Jude to make sure that Locke wouldn't become Cardan's master of revels. Yes, Jude also didn't want Locke to be Cardan's master of revels, but since Taryn just stood by while Locke was courting Jude, even though Taryn was going to marry Locke and didn't tell Jude, she had a lot of nerve to ask Jude for help. Even though Maddox killed Jude's parents, I did like that he made the Living Council listen to Jude, since Jude told them that the Queen of the Undersea was going to move against them, but they didn't listen to her. Jude deserved an apology for not being listened to, and even though she didn't technically get one, Maddox did say that if they had listened to Jude, they might not be scrambling for a strategy. It was a surprise that the woman who knew about Jude's mom was Cardan's mom, but it did make sense that she would be connected to someone, since it would be strange if she was just some random woman. But she clearly didn't have a good relationship with Cardan, since she didn't want Cardan to find her when she was free. I was glad that Vivi finally told her girlfriend Heather about Fairy, but I also completely understood Heather's reaction. I mean, that would be the typical reaction that anyone would have if they found out magic was real and that their significant other was from some magical world. But it was good that after finding out, Heather still went to Tyrion's wedding. But I also understood why Heather wasn't responding to Vivi's messages in the epilogue, since Vivi told Heather that she glamored her. It was obviously good that Jude was able to defeat the assassins who were sent to kill her, but I was wondering who sent them. It had to be someone who knew that Jude was going home for her sister's wedding, but that could be anyone. So when Jude realized that Locke was with the Riders, it made sense, since he would want payback because Jude threatened him. Whoever I might have suspected to be the person that was close to Jude and betrayed her, I never would have thought the ghost. I mean, sure, the ghost, the roach, and the bomb weren't friends with Jude, but I never thought that any of them would betray her. I know that she had to do it, but I didn't like that Jude pretended to be glamored while she was being held captive in the undersea. I was just waiting for the moment when she would reveal that she was faking being glamored. So it was really satisfying to see how shocked Belkin was when Jude wouldn't obey him. Since Carden agreed that in order to get Jude back from the undersea, he had to let the undersea attack the court of termites, it proved that he does care about Jude. Obviously, it was horrible that he couldn't help during an attack, but it showed that he would do anything to get Jude back. It didn't surprise me that Belkin poisoned Carden, but I was happy that Jude was able to get the antidote. But I couldn't help but wonder, if Carden had been poisoned before Jude and Carden got closer, would Jude have still tried to get the antidote, or would she have let Carden die? It surprised me that Taryn pretended to be Jude to get Carden to agree to let Maddock take half the army and be free of his vow to the crown, since it seemed that Taryn didn't want to fight with Jude anymore, but doing something like this is going to lead to a fight. I wanted to trust Taryn, but now I can't. I've grown to like Carden between the first book and this book, so I was really happy when he asked Jude to marry him. Yes, they said that they're only going to be married until they don't have the crown anymore, but I'm going to assume that by the end of the third book, they're going to decide to stay married. But we'll have to wait for that to happen, since the book ended with Carden banishing Jude because she killed Belkin. Thanks for watching, guys! If you read the book, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!